work as a form of free motion quilting has quickly become quite popular these days. And for those of you who may not have ever really mastered free motion quilting, many of my students have tried ruler work and have fallen in love with it. So on the Pfaff Creative Icon 2, there is a new section to be partnered with the Pfaff Ruler Work Foot. So I'm going to walk you through the first couple steps of what it takes to set up the machine, what to expect, and then I'm also going to put links below of a few of my favorite ruler work classes and also where you can buy rulers that will work with this machine. So we're talking about the new free motion ruler work foot. So it looks like just about any other free motion foot that you might have seen. I know even just working with a embroidery foot, you have this look of a circle and that it's going to hop up and down. But on a ruler work foot, you have an exact 1/4 inch from your needle in all directions. And as you can kind of see, some lines that are marked for northeast, southwest to help kind of keep things working. So ruler work on this quilt was one of my things I added. This is our Stitching Cosmos online course quilt where we teach you all the sewing techniques. Now, I will tell you, we don't go into all the free motion quilting. That is kind of on your own, but this is a video of how to get this machine set up for ruler work. So I did use, for example, this ruler to create these circles that you see all the way around this block. One of my favorite blocks that I actually created and love the results. There's lots of ways to buy rulers. There are sets that you can buy to do a ton of different shapes. And then you can buy them individually too. That one was from Westerly Designs. This one is from Amanda Murphy. I love her rulers. Usually comes in multiple sizes. This one does what's called ribbon candy. And you can see, well, here's the thing. With rulers, it's really hard to tell what they do. You almost need to watch the YouTube video that goes with the rulers to see all its potential. Now, I do like the rulers that Angela Walters makes, also wonderful options. So for example, if you were to look at this shape, you see that it looks like a triangle or a mountain. Well, it's more than just that. If you look in the background here, you can kind of see all the different patterns that she has created with this one ruler, and there's probably a ton more. She'll teach you how to use the lines and how to strategically place them to get and quilt these guided lines on your machine. Now, do you remember spirograph? You will find yourself, as you are working with the technique of learning how to guide a ruler, as your foot is sitting here, as you are pushing up against the foot, you have to kind of keep some even pressure. So that does take a little bit, but because you go a little bit slower, I've noticed, I do, you find your stitches do turn out to be a lot shorter. So here's how we're going to set it up on the machine. As you can see, we have a section at the bottom, which anytime you're doing free motion, you need to go in and activate the free motion mode. You have the option for all the different free motion feet, and now the new one, ruler foot, is on here. Now, if you heard the little click, that was actually the feed dogs getting lowered, and now everybody does use the different thickness of batting. So with that, what you will do is you'll need to adjust the height of the ruler foot once you have attached it to be that it comes close enough to your quilt that you're not resisting how it moves under the foot, but also that the foot doesn't get on top of the ruler. There's kind of a happy medium. So if it's hard to move when you're sliding it around, you will need to bring the foot up a little bit, and then also just make sure that it doesn't have the option to hop over or onto a ruler. So kind of see if you can push the ruler up underneath it, and if you can't, you know you're in the right place. And again, you will probably need to adjust your tension. So open up the stitch edit area where you can play around with your tension for your stitches, the goal is that they look the same on the front as they do on the back. So until you get the right balance, depending on your thread thickness, if you've got two different weights of thread in your machines, you definitely are going to just need to adjust it until the two threads link in the middle of the batting. That means that we could flip it over and the back could be the front, or we could look from the front and not tell which side we've quilted it from. So if you haven't checked out rulers or ruler work options, all you need to do is tell the machine you're using that foot. It will go into the right mode, get you set up, and then again, when you're done, make sure that you come in here and turn it off. Your feed dogs will come back up, and give it a go. Give it some time too, and check out the links that we've provided below for some of my favorite ruler work mastery classes.